Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Graham. Today I wanted to do a little unboxing and comparison video for you. So I got a new shiny to play with. This is the Smart Set Acrylic Gouache by Turner Watercolors. Open it up. Looks like this. Okay, so this comes with 12 colors. And if you're like me, you're gonna see this and you're gonna want to open it with these tabs like this. Don't do that. It's meant to be opened like this. And it lifts off. And then you have this palette mixing space here. And you have these colors. And they come in little 11 milliliter tubes of acrylic gouache. It also, very nice feature, comes with 2 larger tubes of white. Which you need a lot of white if you're using gouache. It comes with 4 brushes, a large flat brush, smaller flat brush, 2 round brushes, a larger one and a smaller one. So those are the brushes that it comes with. Additionally, it comes with a palette cleaning cloth, this really cool mixing color guide. So this is supposed to be 120 colors that you can mix using only the 12 colors provided. There it says, for this color you should mix 3:1 jet black and white, and that will give you this gray color. Or for instance, if you wanted to make, lavender, that looks nice. This lavender color, you would mix 1 part violet and 4 parts white. So these are 120 colors that you can mix with just the 12 colors included in this box. So there's that. It also comes with a ruler, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna guess that's in centimeters because, you know, only America uses inches. So there's a ruler. So what colors does it come with? We have jet black, cobalt blue, sky blue, violet, permanent scarlet, permanent red, permanent green middle, permanent green light, permanent yellow deep, permanent lemon, burnt sienna, and then this one is actually a palette cleaner. So this is to help clean your palette. And then, as I mentioned before, you have 2 large tubes of white. Now, what I wanted to do, I haven't used Turner products before, but I have used acrylic gouache. So if you're not familiar with acrylic gouache, it is like gouache, but with an acrylic polymer binding. So it is a nice matte finish, as you would expect with gouache. A nice matte finish, like you would expect with gouache, but it is not rewettable once dry. I have Holbein acrylic gouache, which I keep in this little bin. And I have used these before, so I wanted to see how, if at all, these vary from the Holbein. So let's see if I can match these colors up. Okay, so I have a 12 set of Holbein and a 12 set of acrylic, the Turner acrylic gouache, and they don't match up 100%. The Turner permanent green middle. For Holbein, I have a color called Viridian. For Turner permanent red, the closest I could find was Carmine by Holbein. And I think those were the main ones that didn't, this one, yeah. So Turner has cobalt blue, Holbein comes with ultramarine blue. So let's see how they compare. while we wait for those to dry, I want to talk a little bit about the other differences in the paints. These come in 11 milliliter tubes, and the Holbein come in 12 milliliter tubes. Holbein gouache does have the pigment name and the light fastness rating on the back. Can see that. The acrylic gouache has the pigments on the front and the light fastness rating on the back. Now, the Turner acrylic gouache does suggest that you mix it 2 to 1 with water. So 2 parts paint, 1 part water. And I found that it didn't flow very well if you didn't do that. So using it straight out of the tube was kind of hard to flow. Whereas the Holbein colors almost work better if you use them straight out of the tube without diluting them with water. They still work when you dilute them. I just found them to be easier to work with if they weren't diluted. So this palette that it came with was pretty cool. It's got a lot of different mixing areas. It's got a lot of different mixing areas on it. 5 down each side and then 6 in the middle. I did all Turners on the left and all Holbein on the right. So it allowed me to keep parity but keep them different. I was hoping that this little palette plus the box that it came with would maybe work as a stay wet palette, because generally an enclosed space with a little bit of moisture keeps these paints usable. However, looking at this box has vents on the bottom, which will not work. So this will not work for a stay wet palette. It would probably be good for a mixing surface, but if you want to use your paints over a couple settings or a number of days or even a number of hours, these paints will dry, and that will be a problem because you can't re-wet them. I would recommend getting a stay wet palette, which I happen to have. A stay wet palette is essentially just a little airtight box. It's got palette paper in it, which is like a washable, rinsable water paper, and then a little yellow sponge underneath that you wet. And this will keep your paints wet. I've had these stay wet for a couple of days in here. So if you're going to get acrylic gouache, you can get stay wet palettes. This box with the set will not work as a stay wet palette. Okay, and here they are all swatched out. All of the Turner colors are on the left here, and then the Holbein colors are on the right here. A couple things I noticed. So again, the Turner colors recommend diluting 2 parts paint, 1 part water, and they work best that way. Whereas the Holbein colors actually work best just right out of the tube. They didn't work as well when diluted. The other thing is the Turner colors dried really fast. The tubes say they dry within 5 to 10 minutes, and that was pretty accurate. These colors, the Holbein colors, took much longer to dry. It was probably 20 minutes of waiting for them to dry. Particularly this red and this blue. It was really annoying. Now you can see the difference between acrylic gouache and regular gouache, like I mentioned, was that it is waterproof when wet. So we can see here, that's the Holbein. This is just a clean wet brush. It doesn't lift, it doesn't really move, it's set. Now, having said that, if you look, I don't know if you can see, the Holbein actually did bleed a little bit. The water's blue. So maybe not as water resistant as I said. Turner, however, did not. A couple of the colors were a little streaky when I was swatching them out. This is Viridian, got a little bit streaky. That's the Holbein color. This blue from Turner was a little streaky when I swatched it out. The rest of them are very nice matte finish, as you would expect from gouache. And the being water resistant when dry means that you can layer and layer and not worry about lifting up any of your previous layers. I did do 2 blacks. Just put that down. I did do 2 blacks just so that I could swatch out the white, and the white for both of them is really opaque and covers, I mean, it covered black well, so I'm sure it would cover anything else well. So that was a bit comparison to the colors themselves. But which one would I recommend for someone who wants to get into acrylic gouache? I don't remember exactly how much I paid for each of these, and I actually don't have the packaging for the Holbein set anymore, which is why it lives in a bin in my desk. But I looked up the prices online on Amazon. I'm pretty sure that I paid more for both of these sets than what they're listed on for Amazon, because I generally try to shop local when I can, and sometimes that means paying more. But This set on Amazon right now for the 12 set, it's the Holbein Acrylic Gouache Study Set, 12 milliliters, 12 colors, is listed at about $33.50 US. And this same set here, the Turner Smart Set Acrylic Gouache, is listed for $29.68 American. So this set is $4 cheaper. It comes with a palette cleaner, 2 extra large tubes of white, 4 brushes. This thing I think is pretty just amazing. I don't know how much I'll use it, probably a lot, but I just love that I have it. So the color mixing chart, the ruler, the paint brushes, all of this in a nice little tin that is already dirty and covered with dog hair because my dog hair is everywhere. So for $4 less, you can have this over this. I think this wins. I actually bought this set because A, I wanted to try the Turner, B, because I was running low on some of my Holbein colors, but in the end I wish that I'd bought this set first because it is just much better. I love the way the colors behave. I like this color palette better. There's not a whole lot of variance, honestly. The biggest difference I see is in the purples. This purple versus this purple was the biggest difference that I saw. Oh, and this green versus this green was different. Otherwise, the colors are pretty much spot on between the two sets. It did seem also that the Turner colors had better light fast ratings in most cases. So yeah, all in all, if you're looking to get into acrylic gouache, I would recommend to start with the Turner acrylic gouache. They have this set, they have a number of other sets available, but I really like this one for starting out, and it's also just a nice flat profile for storage and keep all of your stuff in one place. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram. All of the information will be in the description below, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching.